Does the job follow you home even when the students don't? If you're exhausted, replaying your day on a loop, or dreading tomorrow before it ever starts, this episode is for you, my friends. Stay tuned. Are you a Christian teacher exhausted by constant disruptions, overwhelmed by chaos, and simply feeling unheard? Hi friends, I'm Trish, a wayfinder for Christian teachers, educator, and survivor of complex childhood trauma. I've walked hard roads and now help you navigate yours. In the Society's Child podcast, you'll get faith-based encouragement, trauma-informed strategies, and mental health tools to calm behaviors, restore peace, and create real connection in your classroom. You're not alone, my friends. Let's find the way forward together. Hey friends, welcome back to Society's Child. Today, we're going to be finishing up our series on Healthy Teachers, Healthy Classroom. And we're going to be talking to those of you who are dreading the next day and how you can stop bringing the job home with you and be trauma informed for yourself. So we know that a lot of times, getting real, teaching doesn't stay in the classroom. If you're anything like me, you worry about a student who might seem off, or the conversation that you had with a parent keeps spinning round and round in your head, or that feeling that you're always behind and you can't keep up no matter how hard you try. And all of that adds up. But here's the truth. We are trying to be trauma-informed teachers, and that kind of teaching starts with a regulated adult. You want to be able to bring the social emotional learning into your own life so that you begin modeling with self-awareness and boundaries around what you do. So if you don't protect your own well-being, you'll run out of the capacity to support your students and you'll be running on empty all the time. So I wanted to share with you 3 tangible ways that you can stop bringing the job home with you and finally reclaim your evenings and even your weekends, or get your Sunday nights back. So the first thing I'd like to suggest for you is to create a shutdown routine. We believe that the nervous system, it needs closure. And without a ritual that signals, this is the end, I get to shut the door, this is where I am, this is the end of my day, the brain stays stuck in hypervigilance. And it leads to anxiety, irritability, moodiness, and even burnout. So I want to encourage you to try this. Before you leave school, write down a win from your day, one thing that you want to release and leave on your desk, leave in your classroom, or one student moment that you want to carry home. And that's it. You just get to take one. It's like setting a boundary. It's not saying you have to leave everything there, but maybe you want to bring something home and you're going to pray over it for the weekend. I want you to physically close your laptop, turn off your classroom lights slowly, and walk out with intention to leave it behind. This really works, and it teaches your central nervous system how to calm down and regulate. And we're also teaching our students to do this in a way too. We use closing circles or gratitude journals or one-word goodbyes, whatever you're using to kind of help put closure to things. This is how you can model that closure and that reflection in your own world, is being able to turn the lights off and leave something in the classroom with a shutdown routine at the end of your day or at the end of the week. Number 2, I would like to suggest to you is release what you can't control. This one is so hard because there's many times our kids' stories go home with us and they occupy space in our mind. But I want to remind you that when you try to fix everything, your brain enters a constant stress loop, and then you're stuck in that fight, flight, freeze mode even after hours, and it begins to, when you take it home with you, that stress just continues to build up. So I want to suggest maybe this little visualization, if you will. Use a 3-bucket sort. I like to say things in buckets or columns or in piles, if you will, whatever visual works for you. And in bucket 1, I want you to remember to put, what's mine to carry? What is my side of the street? I used to say it's not in my hula hoop. And if I could picture myself with a hula hoop on, what am I able to control? I can only control what's inside of that hula hoop. So what's yours to carry goes in bucket number 1. Bucket number 2, what can I influence but not control? So I might be able to speak into something, but the outcome is ultimately out of my control. That goes in bucket number 2. Bucket number 3, what do I need to release completely? So if there's thoughts or things that happen, words that came at me, messages or negativity that keep spinning in my head, maybe I need to release that and I need to put it in bucket number 3 and leave it there. So for example, you might want to put parent drama in that last bucket, testing outcomes, administrative policies, student home life. Let it go. Leave it there. You weren't designed to carry that, my friend. Hi, friend. I wanted to pause right here and just take a moment to ask you for a special favor. If you are finding anything helpful in this episode or any previous episodes that you've listened to, would you pause right now, go into the Apple Podcast app, scroll down to the bottom of the show, and find the leave a review button. It would be awesome if you would take a moment and follow the show and do this. There are people out there just like you looking for this information, and this would help the algorithm get this into other people's hands, and it would be helpful for them as well. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's one of the biggest favors that you can do for me. I appreciate you and thank you in advance for taking the time to do this. So let's get right back to the show. I want you to remember that chronic worry raises your cortisol levels, and that kind of stress shortens your patience and makes you more reactive. And that tool right there can help you create some emotional boundaries and really be consciously thinking about what's in my control and what's not. Suggestion number 3, reclaim a daily rhythm that refuels you, that rejuvenates you, that brings you to life again. Remember, your identity is more than teaching. When your every waking moment revolves around school, emotional exhaustion and burnout is guaranteed. So I would love for you to try this idea. Build a daily return to self ritual. Go on a walk without school talk. Don't even think about school. Talk about something outside of school. Cook while playing worship music on or a favorite podcast on so that it gets your mind completely out of the education realm. Read something non-educational that you might be able to have fun with, or a story or something that occupies your mind in a fun way. These are grounding techniques that bring your nervous system back into the rest and digest situation, and it helps you regulate. It's the opposite of that survival mode or that stress and that emotional burnout. And that actually gives you a little bit of something to recharge you or give you a chance to step away for a moment and let your mind get out of what you were doing so that you can go back into this and you can remember what recharged you, what refueled you about teaching. And in conclusion, I would love for you to be thinking about the fact that you can care deeply about your students without taking them home with you. You don't have to have them in your mind and in your body constantly. I know it's hard sometimes to compartmentalize and put that aside, but I want to encourage you to create a shutdown ritual or identify these emotional boundaries or buckets that you're going to put things in and really reclaim a rhythm or reclaim a routine that belongs to you, that helps you detach and find a way to step away mentally, emotionally, and really feeling empowered or encouraged when you're done. I want to give you this scripture that hopefully will help you as you're thinking about your day. Isaiah 26:3. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. This is saying that God will be with us. Peace doesn't come from doing it all, taking it all on, looping on it, not letting it go. It comes from trusting that you're doing what you're called to do and leaning into Him and letting Him walk alongside you and letting Him bring you the peace that surpasses all understanding. And that's enough, my friend. That's all you need is His peace. If you're interested in more conversation, come on over to the Christian Educator Connection group, the Facebook group over there, and let's share what's going on in your world. I'd love to hear how you're reclaiming your peace after the bell rings, how you're leaving it there and you're being able to walk away from it, or how you're not, and then you can get some help and some tidbits from friends. All right, that's it, my friends. That's the end of this series. I'm excited that if you've been here the whole time, I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now, my friends. Thanks for tuning in. If you found anything helpful here, please leave a quick review. It helps more Christian teachers find the support they need. Join us over on Facebook in the Christian Educator Connection group. Search that title or find the link in the show notes. Keep showing up, my friends. Keep leading with grace. And remember, you're not walking this path alone. We're in this together.